He'd made a wild guess, lower than anyone else's. However, now that he'd had time to view the weather, he was beginning to regret his haste, for as far as the eye could see there wasn't a cloud in the sky. The sea was as calm as the proverbial mill pond, and, if anything, the ship seemed to be going faster than ever before. Paddington turned away from the rail, gave a deep sigh, and made his way along the deck towards the group of Browns. He was a hopeful bear at heart, and despite the calm weather, he still nursed a faint hope that something would happen which would cause the ship to slow down before the next morning. Losing 20 pence was bad enough at the best of times, but when it was your last one, matters became 10 times worse. He was just toying with the idea of approaching the man in charge of the entertainment to see if he could get his money back, when Mr. Brown broke into his thoughts with the news of the party that evening. Paddington liked parties, especially unexpected ones, and when he heard that the one that evening was to be a fancy dress one, with everyone in costume, he quickly forgot about the problem of the sweep in the excitement of the moment. "I don't think I've ever been to a party on a ship before, Mr. Brown," he exclaimed. "Neither have I, come to that," admitted Mr. Brown. "I must say I'm looking forward to it." "They've got Barry Baird as Master of Ceremonies," said Jonathan. "He's the chap we've seen on television." "He takes things out of people's pockets without them knowing," said Judy. "And he hypnotises people as well," added Jonathan. Mr. Brown rose to his feet. "I can see we'd better go along to the entertainment's office and make sure of getting some costumes," he said. "Otherwise there'll be some long faces tonight if they're all gone." "Bags I go as Robin Hood!" exclaimed Jonathan. "I rather fancy myself as Mark Antony," said Mr. Brown thoughtfully. "How about you, Paddington?" But Paddington had already disappeared along the deck. It wasn't often he was allowed to dress up, and when it was dressing up and a ship's party and an entertainment all rolled into one, then he was anxious to make sure of matters by being first in the queue. Paddington wasn't the only one looking forward to the coming party. Gradually, as the day wore on, Bunting and other